Hello.
Hello, Demp. How are you doing today?
Oh, fine.
Hi everyone.
So yeah, for starters, if anyone outside of MAG development team has any questions, then yeah, we are here to answer. So you can go ahead and ask anything.
I have a little question. In Instagram, have account Magnetwork official, but is don't moving, don't online. I create my Instagram account for Magnetwork and make a little PR. I have a question for you, Roland. In soft, как правильно сказать, or you make videos on the pictures is really cool. How name a soft?
Oh, you mean what software do I use for this? Ah, okay. Most of the illustrations are done in Adobe Illustrator, and for videos I use After Effects, Adobe as well. Yeah, the industry standard pretty much. So those are the best ones for this kind of work, I guess. Yeah, and the usual, yeah, I use just Photoshop to add text and things to photos, whatever we need to post and such.
Oh. And another questions in our channel, people asking for translate. I know Androcles using что там my question or not question, how is wording? I'm seeing him using Google Translate in official site, and it is good, but just wait a second. I'm open site. Just 2 seconds.
Yes, take your time.
But correct on Russian on downloading new Mac wallet. How is can do right translate on really reality really I don't know how to say.
Oh, you mean it's not very well translated, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, it's automatic translation. We added this plugin for now because getting translations from every language will take time and effort. So we added the automatic translation right now, so everybody can have like really basic translation going if anybody has problems with understanding like basic English, which is really common in some places. So we added the automatic translation right now, but we will have the option to make a like official or not official, it's not a good word, but yeah, we will have the correct translations on there at some point, but for now we are using just the automatic translation. So yeah. I hope this answers the question.
Merchant. Oh, sorry, not merchant. In Litemint. Litemint. How was be? Marketplace. What plan? How coming soon?
Yeah, so on the marketplace, I think we are aiming for something around like 4 weeks from now. I am almost done with all the builds, so we have a build now on PC, Linux, and Windows. We also have a build that is currently being tested on Mac. And after that, I will focus on the iOS release. And from that moment, then we will be working on releasing the marketplace. So we can hope for something within the next 4 weeks, I think.
Nice. Do you think about app, game, or something like this? Small games on browser, Android, iOS, with payments on Magnet.
Sorry, I didn't get the question. What do you mean?
Creating games. How saying? My English is bad.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, you can try to say it in Russian. Maybe I understand, but say it in really simple words. Then I can probably understand it.
Окей. Думали ли вы сделать игру, a game, которую можно было бы оплачивать с помощью Magnet?
Yes. So basically, yeah, James is asking if we are going to make a game or something that is going to be able to get payments in magnets, basically. So yeah, Fred, you want to maybe take this one yourself? But yeah, we are going to make that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. So yeah, basically, what any product that is put on sale on the marketplace is available to buy and sell on any with any currency. So, but Magnet will obviously be front and center because from Litemint, this is the only currency that has the seamless bridge, so that you can use directly from the exchanges. So you can send MAG directly from the exchanges to Litemint or from the native wallet. So MAG will be front and center on the marketplace, but for liquidity, I mean the market will be available in any currencies, basically. So it's not locked on the MAG currency. However, MAG merchants will have some kind of easiness of using Litemint because of the support that we provide for MAG. Is it the answer that you were expecting?
I think it was in the right direction, and I think or you maybe want something additional to ask, or
Sorry, in Russia, but 20 through 23 February is little праздник.
No problem. We understood.
We drink beer and little slowly brains.
Yeah, no problem. But anyways, to summarize it for you, basically every game that is going to be listed on marketplace is going to be able to take in payments in magnets or in any other asset that is basically on Stellar network, because it's possible to do it like this. But because it's on Litemint, magnet will be the in the center of everything. So basically you can buy anything off the marketplace for magnets. Whatever is listed there, you can buy it. Is it a game or book, a song, whatever? Everything works.
Anything, well, absolutely anything in marketplace. Примеру, I have merchant and I want to sold. I just take marketplace and replace my merc and sold. Как Роланд, прости, Роланд, тебе нужно перевести. Как я могу разместить свои товары на marketplace?
Okay. He's asking how he can list his items on the marketplace. There is going to be like multiple ways for, basically there is a way to list it through Litemint or through our Magnet marketplace, which will be like another access point through where you can access the marketplace. But maybe Fred can take this one. You probably explain it better than me.
Yeah, so basically there's two, I will take a scenario to maybe easier. So there's two kind of merchants on the marketplace. The first merchants are people that are just listing some digital items. So basically what they do, they provide, while listing the item, they also provide an ID that is associated to some metadata on our database. So we can extract the link, we can provide the pictures, description, and those items appear listed like basically an offer on the Stellar Dex. So it's exactly like an offer on the Stellar Dex, with one thing on top is that it has metadata so that we can present the item that is being sold. And then, so that's the first type of merchant. So with this, you can sell anything you want that is digital, that could be downloaded from a link, exactly the same way as Magnet merchants are currently doing. So what you do for this, you need to list your item against with a specific currency, and then you can use MAG for that. And then from there, buyers can use any currency they want that has liquidity against MAG, including the Stellar path payments. So that means if they have BTC on, let's say, Ape.io, then the BTC will find its path through XLM through MAG, and then therefore they can complete a purchase of your digital item through BTC. Or any other currency that would have liquidity against. So that's the first type of merchants. The second type of merchant are game developers for now, but we could extend that to other developers that have apps with subscription, for example. It's people that would put their HTML5 app on the marketplace, and then we will start with game. And from there, from inside their app, they can also list in-app purchases. So they can list their IAP and get players of their game, for example, or subscribers to pay for those IAPs within the game. And Litemint will play those HTML5 apps directly into the wallet. So that becomes like a small ecosystem.
And another question. I remember WooCommerce, WooCommerce.
Yes.
How about this? It's working.
Yes, WooCommerce plugin is working fully and everything is okay with it. If you win this.
Как сегодня мало людей. Что еще можно?
Actually, we don't know why there is so little people today. Yeah, last time there was like almost like 10 people.
У меня очень много вопросов, но я их, к сожалению, не могу сформулировать на английском языке. Этот проект на самом деле очень крутой. И это лучшее, что я мог видеть за последние 1,5 года. Ребята, вы супер. Я не знаю, что еще можно было бы добавить. К сожалению, сегодня никого больше нет, кроме меня.
That's not a problem. Thank you for the warm words, though. Yeah, basically he said that he has been checking us out for the past half a year, and he has only good words to say about us, and he really likes the project.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, but his problem is that he can't formulate all the questions well in English. But he has few more. So basically, you can try to ask them in Russian. I probably can understand most of them if they are not too hard.
Looks like a nice way to do it.
Yeah, let's try.
Смотри, Роланд, я вас более-менее хорошо понимаю. Вот мой вопрос. Он уже звучал, и его пытались перевести, но не получилось. Когда я устанавливаю Litemint, я должен попросить кого-нибудь из вас, чтобы мне переслали 2 монеты XLM. Как можно уйти от этого, чтобы можно было пополнить кошелек сразу же Magnet?
Okay. I didn't understand the question fully. Did you mean that you need that those XLM for Litemint, and did you ask how to get them, or was that the question?
Подожди секунду. Я делаю запрос на 2 монеты XLM. Для того...
What does mean запрос? What? I don't know this word.
Запрос.
Transaction?
I'm asking
Is it
XLM for added magnet in Litemint. Как от этого уйти? То есть, допустим, я человек, который установил Litemint, но я не нахожусь в Discord. Я не знаю о том, что нужно просить у кого-то эти 2 монеты. Как быть в данном случае? Try again.
Yeah,
I'm new user. It's just it's time drinking. I'm new user. I'm download Litemint, and I want
do you mean if you are a new user to Litemint and you don't know that you have to ask for the XLM and to
Yes,
use.
yes.
And you are asking how the new user should find this information or to know this. Is this the question?
Yes. Why don't ADD in Litemint a priori Magnet wallet with no XLM?
Okay. I think I got the.
James, can you put on push to talk, because every time someone is talking, it's echoing from your speaker.
Is it okay?
I think now it works.
Okay, so basically, so you're asking if why people need XLM in order to use Litemint for their mag. And so the thing is that Litemint is built on Stellar, and Stellar has the native currency XLM built in. And in order to prevent flooding and other issues, they require a minimum amount of XLM to be held by any account. So what I was thinking of doing, and it's not done yet, but I think we could find a solution around this for MAG users. Because at the moment, the seamless integration of MAG is only done for deposit and withdrawal. So that means if you want to deposit MAG straight to your Litemint wallet, as long as you have a valid account, then you can do it. And we have an anchor that provides the bridge between. If you want to withdraw, we also handle that. But what we could also handle is the account creation, which means that as soon as you start sending MAG to the anchor, then we could create the account for the user by providing the minimum requirement on the account in terms of XLM. So we would hold some XLM on the anchor, pay the account, and then therefore your accounts will immediately be valid without having to do any other step, especially getting some XLM from somewhere else, from an exchange or sending XLM to an account. So we could handle that directly into Litemint. That would be a third step, I would say, beside withdrawal and deposits, that we could provide to add seamless transitioning between MAG and Litemint. And with this, that would mean that we would have proper seamless accounts between Litemint and MAG.
Yeah, that would be awesome, actually.
Maybe we could actually use one of those the magnets we got from the swap before the others could actually go in. I think there was a vote, right, that they let us have like 80% and 20% for the for spreading around for the other people, but 80% for the network. Maybe we could use some of those funds to actually help people get started with the Litemint wallet, because I also see this a little bit the problem. People download it, but then they are stuck in basically in Stellar, in Lumens, in XLM, and they cannot even activate Magnet right after they have downloaded it. But we need to be careful, because people could start spamming transactions, and actually, if we automate this process, we could end up losing a lot of XML, right?
Прям вот ты, Роланд, переведи, пожалуйста, это прям в точку. Темп сейчас сказал в точку. Как я и спрашивал. Именно это меня интересует, как сделать это автоматически.
Yes, actually, Fred answered this question before. That that there is a way to add a third option, basically, for the seamless bridge, and this has been in the talks and probably will happen at some point. Litemint is such a new software that it's there is a lot coming, and we will try to address all those problems or issues, or however you want to call them. But yeah, basically James said that temp was on point with his talk, and that was exactly what was his problem or why he asked about it.
Yeah, so and the suggestion from temp is pretty good. I think we could use some of this mag maybe to get some reserve of XLM mag, kind of very little. We don't need that much actually. 1.5 XLM per account is what we need. What we need to make sure, obviously, is that people don't abuse the system. But we could also ask them to pay in mag, which means that we could make sure that it's on their first deposit. We convert a little sum of it into XLM. We withdraw that amount from their mag deposit, and we use that to found the account, enable the trust line, and then immediately have their account functional on mag.
Yeah, this sounds also very good.
Еще такой вопрос. Android 6, Android 5. Когда Litemint, Android 6, Android 5. When Litemint working in this Android?
Well, it's a matter of testing. I have, I can't remember which version exactly I've tested, but I think it was Android 6. The problem is I have only one device. I did not test on many devices. And what I wanted to make sure is that when I publish Litemint on Android, there's not a lot of users with device on which I did not test that would have problems, because it obviously affects the rating. And since we are not yet pushing very high amount of money into the advertising, then it would definitely be a problem for Litemint at the moment. So I wanted to go very slow, started with the latest version of Android, then we have allowed the version just below, and then as soon as we have enough time or testers on the lower versions, then we can enable this. Maybe what I could do is to allow an alpha version on the store, and then have some testers using it for some times, and then after we can upgrade it to release.
Nice. Роланд, нужна твоя помощь.
Yeah, no problem.
Такой вопрос. Я человек простой, мало что умею, мало что знаю. Чем я, в принципе, мог бы помочь проекту? Сейчас я создал в социальной сети vk.com группу. Она практически не используется. Сейчас я создал аккаунт в Instagram. Фотография General — это моя жена с кошельком. Фото живое. Чем мы бы, как обычные люди, могли помочь проекту в плане развития? Может быть, нужно что-то более движимое, чем аккаунты в Twitter? Может быть, нужно подключить Facebook? Еще что-то? Что мы можем сделать для того, чтобы больше людей узнало об этом проекте?
So yeah, he was basically asking that they're more of simple people, and they don't have any special skills, but they still want to help out the project somehow. They have established Instagram account already, and they are trying to help us with social accounts, and basically he was asking what else they can do to help the project out right now. But yeah, at first I can answer this that right now it's we are really in development and maintaining the whole network. So to start thinking of tasks that you can do is going to be a bit hard for like us to do. But as you see, this is like third voice call right now, and the community is really building up. So if you stick around, I'm sure there will be more things to do. Like the official Twitter, I handle right now, and it will be more active soon, but those things we will handle ourselves, because we appreciate your effort on Instagram, but we are still a financial product, and officially we cannot do what you are doing over there right now. So yeah, we we cannot give you any access to like official social channels right now, but still you can help out as you want yourself. You can tell it to people, or find find other ways that you can come up with how to have us better exposure to other people. So yeah, maybe somebody else has some suggestions.
Okay.
In my opinion, what always helps is that you are supportive for new people. When new people are joining your community and they are coming and asking questions, then just be helpful and explain them how this works. Because let's be honest, there is like, there is so many people still not fit in crypto, or they are not fit, or they are easy to scam. So just educate them, or explain how this works, and that they need to be careful and so on. Because I think this is still is one of the things that keeps a lot of people away from this. Because if you are believing easily what people are telling you, then you will get scammed. And as long as we have people here who are true and who can help and who are supportive, it will help of the overall crypto community, and of course our coin as well.
Будем надеяться, что Cryptopia заработает. Если Cryptopia начнет работу достаточно скоро, то скоро будет большое привлечение новых людей. У нас был разговор в шутку, может быть, не в шутку. Люди начали говорить о том, чтобы сжечь монеты, которые находятся в Cryptopia, и считать их как украденными. Как вы смотрите на это?
Yeah, he was basically saying that people are already saying that they should take the money on Cryptopia as lost money. Basically, I would not definitely say that, because it was in the Cryptopia news. It was everywhere said that most stolen assets were based on Ethereum network. So this means other coins that we are not based on Ethereum, so we are definitely not in the danger zone. It's a matter of when they open up the exchange to release the other coins, because I really don't think that they have a option to not give back everything else that was not stolen. Like, there is so many assets on the marketplace, it's like it would be really crazy move to do this, and they have a registered company as well, and they are known people, so I really don't think it's going to be like nobody is going to steal your coins, but it will going to take some time for Cryptopia to set up their infrastructure again and going to be functional. But stealing is not the thing to think about here, definitely, I think.
People asking for burn coins if have on crypto. It's 9 million burns. I don't think so. It is a good idea, but if Cryptopia don't not working in future 2-3 months, how this idea like?
This is this is definitely up only for Cryptopia to release those coins, because we are not in a position to help basically anyone out with this, because it's not a good practice to keep your coins on exchanges, and this is probably a hard way people need to learn this, because it's at some point when they release the coins, how are we going to make sure that I know what you mean. Like there has been multiple projects that have tried to I don't know, freeze their coins and do different things to make this problem disappear. But I don't think that this problem is even with the problem is with bad practices of keeping your assets on the exchange. You should never do this in crypto. Whenever you purchase anything, send it out of the exchange as soon as possible and be done with it, and then you are sure you are in control of your own assets. Otherwise, this type of things will forever happen. We cannot be doing anything like some people are thinking or hoping that we can do. I hope this answered you.
Okay. Let's read about exchanges. Hobby, Russia, Zot talking about.
Yes.
How work in this.
I actually cannot answer you right now, because it was I talked with Zot like a week ago about this, and I gave him a new Hobby Russia asked us for how to say this, like a summary or some kind of like a text, what network we are, what is going to be the future, and so on. So we provided information for them and technical information already, and Zod is talking with them right now, but there is no news from that end right now. So I don't have anything to tell you. Sorry. But it's in the works, but no news basically. Let's say it like this.
Хорошо. Сразу же вопрос. Роланд, опять же, нужна твоя помощь. Я все вопросы задавать сегодня не стану по причине того, что часть вопросов задать не будет смысла, потому что на некоторые я получил ответ, который, к сожалению, пока еще не очень хороший, но уже в нужном направлении. Что у нас будет в ближайшую неделю, 2 месяца? Что мы, в принципе, будем иметь в ближайшие месяцы?
Did I understand the question correctly? That did you ask that what can you be expecting from the project in coming months and weeks?
It's in Blitz 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, months. Что у нас сейчас в планах? Какие разработки сейчас, кроме Marketplace и Litemint?
Yes, the main focus right now is on the Marketplace, because it's totally new technology, and it is not easy to put it together, and we are a small team, and like maintaining the whole network, just answering everybody, and like even being here for hours and talking, it's like it's really time consuming. So besides marketplace, there is like nothing much that we can take into the schedule right now. But in next month at least we will be mainly on the marketplace. But
Roland,
other things you can see from roadmap what is going to be coming later. So I have another one.
Если нужна какая-то помощь, говорите сразу. Я немножко владею Photoshop. Не сказать, чтобы прямо супер, но кое-что знаю. Кое-что могу переводить с русского на английский, с английского на русский, и в текстовом варианте у меня это будет получаться неплохо. Если есть какие-то более масштабные идеи у нас и в российском канале, и в канале комьюнити JustCoin Hi to You, у нас много есть людей, которые могли бы помочь, поддержать. Предлагайте свои идеи. Пишите всем, что у вас есть мысль, которую вы бы хотели реализовать. Мы будем рады помочь.
Okay, he was basically saying that they have a lot of people in the Russian community that are willing to help out, and they want to do it, and they really like the project. So whenever we have any ideas that then they can help out with, like he said, he can do Photoshop things and such, and then we should always tell them, and they can help us out pretty much. Was that it, right?
Yeah, I think on social media we definitely need some support, and also I've seen that you've been Jay, you've been very active on the Litemint channel. I could see that you were helping people who had trouble to recover their accounts or who could not understand very well the 24 words mnemonic and things like this. So that's this kind of help that we definitely need. We don't have much time for that. Also, Litemint is getting about like between 300 to 500 active users every day. So I've received quite a bunch of emails for support, especially people who need to recover their accounts after they reinstall the app or try to import the app now to the web wallet. So that is very time consuming, and sometimes I spend a lot of time out of coding. So yes, as much help as possible. It doesn't matter the skill, any little help works, and especially on social media, because this is things that stay, and then that shows that the project is alive, and then the community is growing. So I think all this is important.
Yes, for example, you can ask, I think it was yet me who did Magnet community Twitter, for example. That you can ask, maybe you can post some things there with them, and you are always welcome to do like community social accounts. Like we will try to have the official ones handled by ourselves, but you can always do like community social accounts and bring exposure to the project, and whatever you can come up with yourself, and then go for it. And we will definitely let you know if we see something that will fit the Russian community to help out with. But meanwhile, just helping people out on Discord and on channels with their problems is pretty much the best thing to do right now, because this ensures the newcomers that the project is alive, is active, community is active. This is like the best thing, basically, because we will take care of the technical part and coding and such, but we cannot be doing those type of things.
В общем, спасибо вам всем за сегодняшний чат. Мысль я вашу понял. Чем смогу помочь, помогу. И, в принципе, я теперь знаю, что нужно делать хотя бы немножечко, но для того, чтобы развить наше сообщество. Спасибо большое.
Yes, basically he thanked everybody, and he will do whatever he can to help us out, and he will be ready when we want to give them tasks, and he will be around. So yeah, thank you for the questions and being here today. Yeah, you have been the backbone of this voice call. Let's say it like this. So yeah, thank you too.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey guys, sorry for coming in very late today. I apologize. Just had to take care of a few things with my parents today.
Hi.
Yeah, hello, no problem. I hope all is good with you.
Yes, taking one thing at a time, one scenario at a time, and looking to do the best in all different directions.
That's a good one.
Absolutely. I just wanted to mention a few things that James mentioned. First of all, I'd like to congratulate him. He had mentioned in Discord that he would learn English and he would do whatever he can, and this is how leaders show up, and they do what is necessary for them to overcome their challenges and then help put the pieces of the puzzles together. One thing that he did mention about social media concepts and the pictures that he was posting and yet me what they're posting. A quick suggestion that came to my mind would be is if we opened like a Discord channel that said MAG SMM, like social media manager, or social media SMG, social media gateway, where if one community member has created a graphic or a banner or anything that they posted, they can take that picture and put it in that Discord channel. Then other individuals can take the same picture and use the similar hashtags and diversify one post into many posts, regardless if it's a community post or if it's a personal social media post. Doesn't matter which platform they're using, as long as they can have the same voice around the platform of MAG, for MAG. I think that would be a good concept to implement.
Yeah, actually, very good idea. That
Yeah, that's a good, very good idea, because especially for SEO, I think that can work very well.
Absolutely. So I have implemented this concept with another project, and they have started to pick up a massive amount of engagement on individual posts, and from those posts, everybody's redirecting towards the MAG official post. But one thing that is really important is that when they do make a post, they need to tag the official MAG account. So this way, the traffic is diverting to them and from them to the official link, showing some attraction and creating more value for the community, for the official project, and for everybody else as an entire prospect.
Yes, for sure. Let's start with this, and then let's see how people behave and how they do, and then we can regulate from there. We can have some rules or suggestions or whatever, but let's see what they want to or how exactly they want to approach it right now. And yeah, that's a great idea actually.
Yeah, so whoever has access right now, what we can do is take immediate action, and then where it says, like, for example, get started, announcements, FAQ, community support, publications, official links, maybe under there you can put social media details or some sort, or social media, I don't know, something to do with social media. So this way people know that, okay, this is where anything that something new has been updated, they can take the image from there and spin around however they want to spin around, as long as they're tagging the official MAG.
Yeah, we can do it, no problem. That's okay.
And I'm also working on a concept where I feel we can get more value to MAG. It's still in like the initial stages, but I'm working on something where we can bring the masses to MAG, which is pretty much the goal. And that would be, I think, a good asset to MAG.
Yeah, sounds great. When you have more information on it, feel free to share with us.
Absolutely, 100%. So I guess overall, if it's okay with you or Fred, if you or Tam, if you just want to, let's just review like the summary for today, like the hot scenarios. So this way we know exactly where we stand and how we're looking to move forward. I think those are just key elements for not just myself, but everybody in the community and for individuals that were not able to get on the voice call.
I think one of the hot topics was that when you download Litemint, you don't have the magnet asset available right away, that you need those XLM. And yeah, Fred came up with one or two ideas how we could do this. Like when the people are sending the first magnets to the Litemint wallet, that we take some of the magnets and convert this internally into XML and then open the magnet asset for them, basically.
Awesome.
Because I see it as well right now. I mean, people are downloading the wallet, but then they only see the Stellar asset open and nothing else. And actually, there's no further information or a wizard in the app right now, which tells you how to open actually the other assets.
Right, or specific instructions catered to with that scenario. Correct.
Yeah. I think this. Go ahead, Fred.
I think Litemint at the moment is missing instructions, tutorial, maybe some kind of onboarding tutorial. That's something that I was thinking of how to do best, basically. The way I've designed Litemint originally was to attract Stellar users onto MAG. But I can see obviously that we also need a lot of an onboarding experience for MAG users into Litemint.
Right. Would there be a possibility of viewing an option? For example, usually when you're on an iPhone or something, or I'm sure we can do this with Android, like how sometimes you have the option to turn your internet off or on, so you just click on it and it goes on and off, just sort of that scenario. So I'm thinking if you want to put like a small tweak, like a switch where you click on it, it says, okay, MAG details, or you click on it, it shows you XLM details. You know what I mean? Where you're
I mean, at the moment, what happens is you get only the XLM balance because the Stellar wallet has XLM as native currency. To get a MAG balance, you need to simply add the trust to the anchor. So add the trust line to the anchor, and at that point, the MAG balance will appear onto your wallet. But the thing is, we cannot force a user to do this. That would go against, first, because to enable a trust line, they need to spend money. There's even if it's very little, it's called it's 100 troop in a Stellar terminology, which is 0.0000 one XLM, which is very little fee. But still, we cannot spend that money for the user without the user being doing it on purpose. So that trust line is the main problem, basically. However, what I was thinking is, if someone sends sends MAG from an exchange to his Stellar address or to his MAG address on the Anchor for Stellar, at that point we know that his intention is clearly to send MAG to Litemint. At that point, maybe we can have Litemint through seamless bridge to automatically convert that XLM and then spend that XLM in order to set up the trust line, set up the account, and then add the MAG onto his MAG address. So the experience could be that when someone downloads Litemint, they will get their address for MAG. At that point, they can go on the exchange and immediately pay to that address, and then everything can happen automatically from that moment.
Makes sense. So I guess your objective is to make it seamless for them.
Yeah, I mean, what is seamless at the moment is the deposit and withdrawal. But the original idea of Litemint was, let's try to open MAG to the external world. We want MAG to be tradable against XLM, and since XLM is a network of networks, then that means MAG will be tradable against BTC, against any other currencies. And so we took this design as an approach to create Litemint. And the problem, obviously, is that now for MAG users, it's not obvious what they need to do in order to get their MAG into Litemint, because Litemint is XLM based. So we have at the moment a seamless bridge, which means when they want to send money to their native MAG address or to the exchange, it can be done straight from Litemint. They can also receive the same way. But what they cannot do is to create their account automatically. They need to first get some XLM, and we tried to arrange that by automatically giving them 2 XLM. So as soon as they come and download Litemint, they post their address, we send 2 XLM, and they can enable the trust line. But what we didn't, but it's still not obvious enough. What should be done is they download Litemint, they get their MAG address from the exchange or the native wallet, they send MAG to this address, and the Anchor should take care of everything in order to set up their wallet. And that's what maybe we should try to do. I'm sure it's about maybe 1 week of work, probably less. And then they could have this experience, which is a lot smoother than what they have at the moment.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That would just make so much more sense. The only other thing I was trying to figure out, if once this is implemented, if there was like a switch, like a quick button or an option where someone clicks and says, hey, view balance in XLM or view balance in MAG. So this way it's still there, still existent. And if they want to switch things around, I don't know if that's something that's even possible.
Well, at the moment, what you have in Litemint is a quote currency. So you can choose MAG as your quote currency, which means that every single amount that is displayed across the app will also have its MAG equivalent. So you have this. You also have the ability to swap through your balances. So usually Stellar users, they manage several currencies on the same account, and then they can just do this through swapping. So I don't know if an option to switch the balance would be very efficient there, because they can already do this. What could be done, however, is to maybe allow them to rearrange the order in which their currencies appear, so they can put MAG in the front position if they want. At the moment, it's always XLM, and then it's organized after through, I think it's alphabetical order.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I can understand how you're breaking it down and as to how it's being translated into the custom usage scenario.
Yeah, so and there's one more thing also is we as a Stellar wallet, because we want to promote Litemint as a Stellar wallet. I think that's how we can grab the maximum users. We have now passed the 5,000 users. There's about 300 to 500 active users on the app every day.
Right.
So that's getting good. We are now, if you tap Stellar Wallet on Google Play, we are appearing in the top searches. So we are almost reaching the top, and it's been only not even 2 months at the moment that we have released. So I think as a Stellar Wallet, we have a lot of chances to expose the marketplace and MAG to the world, basically. So we need to keep that in mind. And in order to be recognized as a proper Stellar wallet, we need to still allow every currency the same exposure within the app. It doesn't mean that we will have for all currencies the same features, but we need to provide them with the same exposure. So we can't turn the wallet into a MAG-specific wallet in that way.
Right, that makes sense. Now this is a very good progress that you've stated. I think where we can have a little bit more improvement, that could potentially lead to more excitement and finally work being shown, So I'm trying to figure out if there is a way, which I'm sure there is, if we can create a graph, even if it's on Google graphs that they share, where we can use the APIs to preview data to somehow see statistics in graphics, where we can see the progression as to when Litemint wallet started, and then what are the current active transactions, and then when, like, how many users are there, and then how many active transactions are there, or in which month the most users came on board. Some sort of data that will kind of get the investors and the community excited, because these are certain things that you just have to work, and sometimes we're so busy working that we are not able to translate the milestones, especially when there's no way to do it unless someone knows who's actually working on it and where to see it. If there was some sort of an avenue where this could be created, so this way the social media gateways are in progress now with YetMe, and I'm sure James will be able to help, and other individuals from the community, that they can take the graphics and pull it there. Once we have this data there, then we can use these graphics as well to be posted into the social media gateways as well. So this way everything will start getting knotted together, like Fred, you mentioned before, and now we can bring in more value in a mainstream line and start not just posting what individuals are posting or what they believe in or what they feel is going to happen or what the official MAG team is saying, but actually the live content and the data that's being worked upon that sometimes cannot be put into words or expressed, but having the proof would make the biggest impact.
Yeah, well, at the moment, one thing, we have all that data because I track absolutely everything about the statistics of the app usage with Google Analytics. So this is something that definitely we have access to. However, we need to be careful because obviously there's also competition, especially on the Stellar Wallet marketplace. Market share. There's also other wallets, and we probably don't want to give them access to all the data that we have, especially since we plan to grow and then probably steal their position at the moment. That's the goal, to be one of the top wallet on the marketplace. So we need to be careful about what data we provide and what data we publish. But yes, we have absolutely any kind of data possible on the wallet usage tracked with Google Analytics. So I could give access to this. I could also extract the data that we are interested in publishing in order to attract interest. So that's something we can do. We track at the moment the users of the app. We also can determine how long they've been using the app. I think at the moment it's about 300 to 500 users using the app for about 10 minutes at a time per session, and daily. And then in totals, we had 500 installed on the mobile platform. I am now starting also to track the usage on the web app, which has been released a few days ago. And then we are going to track all these data. On the transaction side, we can track 100% of the activity on the MAG Anchor. but we cannot track all the transactions because there's many Litemint users as well who do not use specifically MAG, or who also use MAG but also do transactions in XLM BTC, for example, that we cannot track unless we know their address. So there's a lot of things that we cannot really track 100%, but on the MAG Anchor, we can have access to all the data. It's public. On the app usage itself, we can definitely choose which information we want to publish.
Yeah, and I would like to comment on this as well a bit. We have talked about this actually a lot, and we have had in plans actually to have like a statistics page for the whole Magnet network as well as the staking explorer that Tempus is planning to put together right now, and all those things like. We all know that statistics is like the best way to engage people. There's like Twitter is crazy about statistics, whatever you put up there with basically with some kind of visual graphs, everything catches the attention the best. And we have talked about this like, I don't know, from the start of 2018 actually, but yeah, we gradually have managed to come to this place where we are right now, where basically all the attention of development team is it's on the marketplace and getting it done in the few next months. The first try will be like in the month to get it done, but I think that's like the main milestone that has to be done before we have any attention on anything else, because this is like the most crucial thing that will tie everything, like the whole ecosystem together. And from that point, we are going to, starting to implement those statistics and everything, and be on this. But the thing is, like, it's a really good idea. Every ideas that come up here are actually really good ones. And some take like a lot of time to put together. So yeah, we are actually very aware of this dynamic as well, and we are going to address it as soon as this is like possible.
Awesome. Yeah, that definitely makes a lot of sense. I'm just, I don't know, sometimes with the given situation and priorities created sometimes in advance, and then when you're looking at the whole situation with the market, and then you're trying to understand what is the best interest of creating a value for MAG, in my opinion, and that's just an opinion, and everybody is entitled to their opinion, and then correct me if we can somehow innovate this concept and move in that direction. My thing was, outside of what Temp is doing with the staking and so on and so forth, I think what I'm kind of trying to lead in a way where everything else is looking good. If there was just that we just created a dashboard, a MAG dashboard, where Fred can pick and choose what he wants to add that he feels comfortable with. And of course, Roland, you feel like, okay, this is what I feel comfortable with. And then Temp goes, this is what I feel comfortable with. And that just sub-link can be added to MAG website. I think going to magnetwork.io and reading is just like everybody else right now. But to have some...
this is the exact thing that I just told you. Well, or not you, but like that's the thing. Like we are going to do this, and this is like we all know this, that this has to be done. But making this dashboard isn't as simple as let's make a dashboard. This will take some effort and thinking and some time that we currently don't have. I would say it like this. But also I would say this out that creating this kind of statistics, anybody who has skills to can do it outside of development team as well, actually. So like I have seen for many networks that actually users or community side people set up those kind of statistics based dashboards and everything. We will do this definitely. There is like no doubt in my mind that it will happen, and pretty soon as well. But yeah, it's a bit more difficult than just like doing it. It will take some effort, and currently we just don't have enough manpower to do it as soon as you maybe would like to.
Right. So, is there a way that we can create some sort of a reward if we are able to have community looking to acquire or an individual that is able to assist in creating more value for MAG? I think that would be something that would be something that would not just help the MAG value as for the officials, but also being able to give back to the individual that's creating time and putting towards something that's going to be a good milestone in the future.
Yeah, we actually have in community page, we have the text that says like anybody who can bring us some exposure, if they set up anything, like just write to us, and we will bounty the people who do it. We will discuss how much this is, like how much is reasonable to bounty them, and we will do it. There's like, we have no problem against this. And if you mean like we should set up like campaign for it, then why not? This is also very easy to do on the community Twitter. We can also retweet it. It's like, it's not a problem. It's can be done.
Okay, that's awesome. Yes, at least now we have an idea to where we stand, and if we are able to get someone, will they be compensated? So the answer is yes.
Yeah, for sure. And also we will at some point have a like official dashboard on the page as well. But right now all the focus is on marketplace. So yeah, let's take one step at a time. Basically, is at least my suggestion.
Absolutely, I understand. It's because there have been a few projects that I work with and I advise them on, and so far, every situation is different. Every project is different. So me personally, when I'm looking at something, I'm looking at it for complete value, and that's my personal goal. So this whole, I guess, voice call started because I saw that there was a huge gap, and I guess this is a question for the official team as to how have you seen, like, what do you feel about the voice calls? Has it helped you guys in any way? Like, could you guys share some light on this?
Yeah, definitely. I would say it's like really inspiring to see people that they are willing to tune in and listen and ask questions, and I really hope there will be more people and with more questions in the future voice calls. Like, really appreciate it, and it's like a really good cycle after 2 weeks to just tune in and talk over what was done, what could be done, share ideas. Like I think it's like a perfect thing.
I think also that it's very positive, and maybe what we need is maybe a little bit of more structure during the call. So maybe we need to prepare the questions in advance, or prepare some questions, and then the structure. I think we are a little bit too wild on that, but apart from that, I think it's been very positive and very good initiative.
Awesome. Okay, that's really good. Now, have you also seen the positive signs? I don't know. I was noticing that the minute we have our voice call, I see that based on the new information is being conveyed to the community or to the investors or the person who's listening in, I start to see action taking place on the exchange shortly after, or once Fred has posted like the brief summary as to where we are, what we've achieved, and what we're looking to acquire. Have you guys also noticed the same scenario?
Yeah, there is a correlation between this, but there is some correlation, but I think there is many things happening at the same time, and that's the reason. We have tried like many things before, and I would say it out like with full confidence that there is like there is not one thing never that works and makes it work. I think it's like it's different angles and different things in action bring the attention. Not only one thing. Otherwise, like every project would be successful because there is one thing that can be done that works. So yeah, we never. I think we never know, but it definitely has a good. Basically, yeah.
Yeah, same. I would stay cautious on that because also our market, especially the daily volume, is very small. So anything can move it. It could just be some guy interested, or it could be because he's heard about the voice call. It could be because of any things that we don't know, and it's so small of a volume daily that it's very easy to bump or to pump or dump. So I think we need to stay cautious on that. But obviously, I think the more we do in the direction of doing something for the community, then the more chances we have to raise this kind of opportunities.
Yes, I agree. I agree to the fact that there are a lot of things happening connected with one another. And somehow every single thing that's an activity on the network connected through MAG is somehow playing a role, and things are starting to shift up. And I do agree with that. It's not just one thing, but I also feel it's the minute we started opening up the phone lines for voice calls, um, we started to see a few community members come in and then started to say, "Hey, we're gonna offer master nodes. We'll start this, we'll start that." Um, and so I guess I do agree, but I think the most important thing is once the communication opened up, it basically opened up the different mainstreams that the MAG has, and now it's slowly working in one direction or the other. If one is not activated at the time, then we're hoping that others would get activated and flow into the streamlines and somehow create some sort of an activity that would create a result of a transaction.
Yeah, definitely. I think these actions that you initiated, I think it puts MAG into a state of being alive. I think it creates a very good vibe for the community, and then there's a lot of action definitely that have occurred because of those moments where we could communicate a little bit better in a way that we've never communicated before.
Absolutely, and I'm just glad that it's been a positive impact, because at the end of the day, my goal was to somehow bridge the gaps, create more value than what it is, and those that were negative about a project where we have good developers that have been working really hard day in, day out, and whatever time they can provide towards the project and create value. Sometimes when you're innovating and creating things, it can be very challenging because you cannot just show things that are halfway done. It's not the easiest thing. So I wanted to be the voice in sharing exactly where MAG stands and where they were, where they are, and where they're headed. But not just me. I'm sure you were also looking to find some sort of a vehicle where things could be a lot more less complex and easily displayed, the skill sets and what's been created. So I felt like this was a good move. This may not be a good move for other projects that I'm working with, that I'm advising, but this was something that I felt would be a good fit, where it would just, every puzzle would come to light and to show real value as to, what you guys are, what you stand for, and where you're headed.
Yeah, I'm also an advocate of the mindset, which is to have some work in progress, and then to just because that's the best way to have the product to fit to the market. If you can develop a product for 2 years and then take a big risk doing it in the dark, then you release it and then you realize that either you're too late or inadequate to the market. And then I'm not for these kind of things. The problem, obviously, of showing work in progress is that the work is not always pretty to see, and if the communication is not right, then it can turn people off. That's what happens to many projects in crypto, actually, because crypto is hard as a concept itself. It's hard to seize, and then there's many people. They try the thing, they think it's too complicated, and they just turn away, while actually it's kind of a good project. So I think, yeah, communication is very important, and also work in progress allows us to have products that fit better the market.
Awesome, Fred. Roland, would you like to add something to what Fred mentioned, and Temp?
Right now, I don't know. We have talked so much. Like, yeah, I'm really happy that this is happening. But yeah, right now I don't have anything to include, I think. But yeah, thank you for organizing it, and yeah, it's such a good addition to our community. No doubt about that.
I think there will be days when we have to moderate this chat because a lot of people will jump in. Maybe it's good that we are not that many right now, that we can talk freely. But in my opinion, if we continue to shape a product and yeah, to work on it and to show from time to time what we have created, it will either create drag people in or not. I mean, you cannot foresee the future, but if we have another, let's say, bull run which we had, and then the product is ready and everything is there, and that's why I also think that what Fred is focusing on, that he is bringing the wallet on every platform right now before then working on the marketplace, is the best approach. I mean, there are still people asking every day for an iOS wallet and so on, and the more platforms we can provide, the better it will be in the end. And I still think that we are still at the start of everything. And what I also would like to see is maybe that one person can gather questions before such meetings, maybe even give us a transcript of those questions, and then we can go through those questions and answer them. Because maybe in a year or in 6 months, we have to moderate this channel completely, and then there will only be one person be able to speak and ask this question on behalf of other people. Let's hope this will be the case then.
That is one of my visions, where this place is gonna get so crowded, we're gonna be like, what do you do next? And then there were a few ideas that I have in the pipeline that I'll bring out as we need. With those coming into play, just keep this in mind, that I have the entire blueprint as to how simple this is all gonna be in time to come. Is because implemented certain scenarios, it just makes things a lot more easier to deal with. But yes, I cannot wait for this room to get completely. I mean, there's a limit to how many people can fit in voice calls, and that's what's going to eventually happen. People will just wait in line that if someone drops so they can get in. I think that's going to be a good situation to have to begin with, and a good problem to have to begin with. But as time comes, we will be in a much better situation. And I feel the questions that are being asked today will no longer be the questions tomorrow. The questions tomorrow will be completely different than what is today, and that just means that it's a new era of constantly improving and providing solutions, and bridging the gaps.
Yeah, for sure. I would like to add that yeah, Temp's idea actually is really good one, and maybe this can actually happen pretty soon. Like, I don't know if you JustCoinITWorldWide are up for it, but yeah, somebody maybe could yeah, take all the questions and ask them like in one go or something, because it will be much easier. And also I think like there is a suggestions channel on our Discord. Probably there are a few ideas that we can bring up in the voice calls and discuss them. And yeah, for starters, this could be a good idea actually, to have a more structure, because otherwise we are yeah, like right now we have been talking just about the voice call itself for almost half an hour now. So
Right. I think what eventually has to be done, because right now we do not have a lot of community members joining voice call. Like for example, last week, the last voice call, we had a huge amount of turnout. This week, not so much. Reason being, I'm not sure. Right. So I think till we have enough where people are over talking each other, which would be tough to manage. But I feel eventually what we want to do is we want to be able to create a dimension where we can somehow create ambassadors, right? Like MAG ambassadors, that could either lead towards a country or a region, and we can eventually break this out. I think as of now, where an ambassador should be is for the Russian community, because they just have massive communication, right? So
yeah, we are actually dealing with this right now. We are
exactly,
talking with Sod and his brother on this thing.
exactly. So I guess as James is coming more and more, and of course there are other individuals, then we should start recognizing these individuals for who they are and what they believe in. And I think that's a good start. And then when other new members come in, once they see, oh, okay, so this individual is a trusted individual from the MAG team, or he's a trusted individual for the community, which I think should have some sort of a cross reference to verify these. But some leaders you can just tell right off the bat. I mean, you don't need a rocket scientist to figure that out. But with time, true leaders appear, and I feel when they do appear, they should be recognized. And then once they're recognized, then eventually they can somehow get appointed where they are taken care of by the MAG officials team, and then they will continue to work, because these individuals that show up, they have a passion for supporting and helping. And no matter what happens, passion will always win. So I feel if we can somehow start identifying these type of individuals, and start compensating them, I think this would be a good victory for things to move forward in a positive direction, not just for the community, but for things to get better structured.
Yeah, probably. I agree.
if we could actually write down the questions which should be asked, and then we tweet, or the community tweets that there is a new voice call, and those questions will be asked and answered, maybe this could also help to get more attraction to this.
Yes, for sure. I think we are just in the starting of the voice calls, so let's move forward like smoothly, and let's try to have more exposure for the next voice call. And I have posted the voice call to Twitter a lot, but we can put it to maybe to Bitcoin Talk thread and other places. So I think let's start with exposing the voice call to more people and work from there with the questions and everything. Because right now there is like, we are talking to each other right here, like basically everybody is from dev team. So we need at first like indeed people in this to start structuring all this.
Right. So Roland, I just want to add here is that, everything starts from the inner team. Once the inner team is communicating and is listening in, and it's a better gap. So I feel if we can somehow, this is where it's leading towards so far, based on what I'm hearing, is let's create the social media Discord channel. Whoever wants to create some sort of an image or is putting something on their Twitter, on their Instagram accounts, they can post the same concept there, and then people can use it and advertise it in different areas. And then, of course, we can get the same people to use the voice call MAG to be updated in, let's say, Bitcoin Talk form, like the ones that you suggested. So I think we're actually now finally creating a guide, which also takes time to digest and to understand and incorporate in different scenarios.
Yeah, this social media gateway, as you called it, we can do it. This I already wrote it down. I will do it as soon we are done with the voice call.
Awesome. Yeah. So I think if we could just put that there, and then we can also put that in the notes that a new innovation is being put into place. This will help everybody to create value, so on and so forth type of scenario. And then during the week, I can continue to effectively communicate with others and bring it to their attention. That's what I've been doing with the voice call as well. So yeah, we can somehow, bridge the gaps more, create more communication, then redirect them to a place where it's going to be easier and other people can start assisting with the scenarios as well.
Yes, I agreed. Does anybody have any more questions or anything, maybe? Because otherwise we can start closing this up, maybe, I think.
No, pretty much it from my side. Nobody has any questions, then it's just good to see that, we have...
and I also recorded this voice call, so we can put this up as well, so others can actually now listen in and understand what the voice call is about. So yeah, everybody listening right now from YouTube, then come to the next one.
Oh, absolutely. I think this is a great way of setting up a conference and sharing with other individuals as to what's being discussed, how it's being handled, and the direction that they're moving forward. This way we can at least attract like-minded individuals that are more concerned about creating value in this space, and creating usage of some sort, where not just the MAG but the entire space is widely spread and used. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, should we close it for today then?
Yeah, Roland, I do not have any specific questions. I do see that this one person pops in and out. His
he has been with us from the start, so I guess he listens and yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I have no more questions. I think so far it's looking, it's been there have been challenges along the way. The good thing is that it's being overcome and moving forward to a direction that's a space where it's very gray-sided, but we're continuing to put the puzzles together, and to build with what we can, with our best intelligence that we can.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would like to thank everybody, and yeah, have a good night.
Yeah,
And
thanks, guys.
and in 2 weeks.
everyone.
Awesome, guys. Thank you for your time, and look forward to seeing some notes and some details that we discussed today, and that we can utilize on different scenarios where we can share with others, and get them to a space where things are actually being worked upon, so they don't, unlike other places where there's no communication, there's no development. This definitely makes this project very different from others right off the bat.
Yeah.
See you guys. Bye.
Yeah, see you. Bye.
Thank you. See you later.